National League. A one-way ticket from Oakland to St. Louis has LaRussa's name on it tonight as he leaves the A's to take over for the Cardinals. It's a great run for Tony by the Bay. It lasted 9.5 years, and it included a World Series championship in 1989. The Bashing Athletics made it to 2 other series as well. LaRussa won over 1,300 regular season and 20 postseason games with Oakland. Now heads to St. Louis with firm plans and high hopes.
I do believe, as I've been told over the years by coaches in different areas, at some point, I think you wear out your welcome, or it's time to move. And I just thought the fact that the contract was right and opportunity to leave and the Haas ownership was ending, I think the new era was starting there, made for a good change.
And any other team that is thinking about changing managers may have a new candidate to consider tonight. According to reports out of New York, Buck Showalter turned down a 2-year contract offer from the Yankees on Monday. He's not gone yet. Showalter and owner George Steinbrenner will reportedly meet again on Tuesday. Word now is that Showalter is unhappy with Steinbrenner's plans to fire 2 coaches. And if Buck does not return, whoever takes his place will answer to new general manager Bob Watson. Watson named Monday as the Yankees' new GM, replacing the reassigned Gene Michael.
Well, the World Series resumes Tuesday night in Cleveland, with the Braves feeling pretty good about themselves, up 2 games to none. That lead has allowed Atlanta to do some things that otherwise might not. Decisions and workouts at Jacobs Field, and CNN's Bob Lorenz.
While the Braves and Indians worked out Monday at Jacobs Field to prepare for Game 3 of the World Series, Braves manager Bobby Cox was also looking ahead. He announced that he will use Luis Polonia in left field and Ryan Klesko as his DH in Game 3 on Tuesday night. He also announced that Steve Avery will be his Game 4 starter and not Greg Maddux. Now, Cox said that Avery's strong work in the postseason was the reason for that move. Avery won the clincher in the National League Championship Series against the Reds and will try to follow the near perfection of the Braves staff in this series. Ball. It was only 1 at-bat in practice last Wednesday, but it said a lot about the frustration of facing Braves pitching. Dwight Smith against Greg Maddux, and Smith loses the battle. Quite possibly how the Indians feel.
Not being able to hit him and not being able to get comfortable swings off an individual and not having a lot of time to adapt to him either. It's pretty tough.
A perfect example of the Tribe's trouble at the plate comes in the 7th inning of Game 2. Albert Bell was down in the count to Alejandro Pena with runners on the corners and ended up fouling out to end the inning. Another wasted opportunity in another 1-run game.
We just didn't come out with a big hit, and that's what it's all about. It's about picking each other up, and hopefully we can do that here at home.
I've watched how they pitch Bell. I've watched how they pitch Skies, and even in the Seattle situation, they're pitching Bell great. It's not that he's swinging at bad pitches or not hitting. They're pitching them great, and that happens sometimes.
They've been said that they've been swinging at bad pitches. I think they're just swinging at pitches because we're able to get ahead with them, and they're sitting back on that strike one, and it's been able to help us out a little bit so far.
Overall, the Braves pitching staff has held the Indians to a 125 batting average in the series, but even more remarkable, starters Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine have allowed just 5 hits and 52 at-bats for a batting average of .096. And it doesn't get any easier for the Indians with John Smoltz on the mound in Game 3. In 4 World Series starts, his ERA is a sparkling 1.95.
They may have to take a few more chances here and there, but the goals remain the same, and my ideals remain the same. It's a challenge to attack a lineup that I consider almost an all-star type lineup.
You have to face the reality. They've been pitching real well. This means whenever you get the opportunity to try to execute, but if they keep making the pitches they keep making, they're going to be even tougher. But I didn't see any different why we can knock them back.
One thing going against Atlanta in Game 3, at least on paper, is the fact that with the exception of Luis Polonia and Mike Devereaux, the Braves have never faced Charles Nagy before, and they'll have to do it in the less than friendly confines of Jacobs Field. In Cleveland, Bob Lorenz, CNN Sports.
And the Indians have announced that Merlin Mantle, the widow of the late Mickey Mantle, will throw out the first pitch in Game 3. Former Indian fireballer Bob Feller gets Game 4. And as long as this thing goes to a Game 5, we'll see our first ceremonial pitch thrown by someone not in the stadium, the commander of the Space Shuttle Columbia, Ken Bowersox. He would do the honor from space. But, Barry, I can't help but feel that the guy the Indians would really like to see get up in that shuttle would be Greg Maddux. If they could get it to a Game 5, and they best get there if they can down or even 2-2 instead of down 3-1.
Right. Well, no doubt about it. But you know, the way I've seen him pitch this year and the way he pitched in Game 1, I think from outer space, Maddox hits the outside corner at the knees 9 out of 10 times. Still to come on Sports Late Night, the Cleveland Indians. Where do they go from here? Well, they go to a sorely missed Jacobs Field, of course. We will have a report.
And some football news will be next, including Vinny Testaverde's shoulder problem. It's not an injury, just something to look over. And the University of Nebraska making a decision on Lawrence Phillips' enrollment in school. CNN Sports Late Night continues in a moment.
Today's World Series update brought to you by PageNet, leading the world in paging services and technology. PageNet, in touch and ingenious.
Though our name is little known, we speak to all America. From the simple pager to new two-way pagers, and soon, even pagers that speak. Affordable technology keeping America in touch. We're PageNet, the world's largest paging company. PageNet, in touch and ingenious.
Billy, what's wrong?
I can't get this math.
Never before in America and in no other country in the world has it been easier to get top grades in math. How? The answer is Math Made Easy videotapes. Basic math, high school math, or college math, all tested and proven instructional videotapes just for you. If you need top grades in math, Math Made Easy tutoring tapes are a must. Used by educators all over America. It's like having your own professional tutor at your side. Follow the thousands of students who have gained confidence and have prepared for A's in math. Select the tapes you need. Call now for details on the free brochure. Dial 1-800-MATH-962. Parents or grandparents, now's the time to help a student in your family.
Mom, I got an A. That's great.
Math Made Easy tutoring tapes are guaranteed. Call now for more information. Dial 1-800-MATH-962. That's 1-800-MATH-962.
Major surprises on consecutive days for the Cleveland Browns. One of them supplied by the Jacksonville Jaguars, the other by head coach Bill Belichick. One day after losing to the expansion Jags, the Browns learned that quarterback Vinny Testaverde will be benched. In hopes to light a fire, Cleveland turns to Eric Zier. Vinny's number thus far not that bad. The Browns have lost 3 straight, but Testaverde has completed over 57% of his passes. He's thrown for 10 touchdowns compared to just 3 interceptions. 2 of those 3 came yesterday when he threw for 299 yards in the loss to the Jaguars. Zier, a 3rd-round draft choice out of Georgia, was fantastic in the preseason, and he'll go Sunday against the Bengals.
What I said about putting Eric Zier in is that I think that we need to do something to give us a spark offensively, and I think that he and whatever other decisions we decide to make, hopefully that those changes will give us that spark. That's what we need.
I'm just going to go out and work as hard as I can, and we're going to go out and play and enjoy it, and you know, hopefully we can make some good things happen. But you can't go out and play the game if you're looking back over your shoulder. That's not going to, you know, I don't feel like that's going to happen. I don't really concern myself with that. I'm just going to go out and play, and hopefully we can get this thing turned around.
In the meantime, the Eagles were looking forward to getting left tackle Bernard Williams back this week after missing the first 6 games of the season due to a drug suspension. But instead, things have gone from bad to worse for him. A reported 2nd violation of the NFL's drug policy, and Williams is now suspended for the rest of the season. He had been back practicing since October 16th, but was expected to start at left tackle Sunday. Now leaves instead without speaking and without playing a down.
It's unfortunate. You know, again, that's a disappointment for our team and for myself personally. But I just hope that, you know, that some kind of way that the young man can get help and straighten his life out a little bit.
Well, if Williams wants to play again next season, he'll have to petition Commissioner Paul Tagliabue first. And as if things haven't gone badly enough for the Steelers, who've lost 4 of 5, they'll now be without their best defensive lineman for a while. Nose tackle Joel Steed has been hit with a 4-game suspension after testing positive for steroids.
Referees getting knocked silly. 7-men piggyback lines, 49er expletives, and one mean old man souvenir stealing from an ultimately satisfied youngster. It all happened this weekend, and here it is. Fred Hickman with In Case You Missed It.
Ever have one of those days, kind of out of sorts, you know, not quite feeling yourself, like everybody's on your back? Well, all that's left to do in a case like that is huddle up, call a play, and hope for the best. Unfortunately, the refs were catching the worst of it Sunday, trying to find order amid the madness, trying to get out of harm's way, just trying to get out, period. But the Zebras weren't the only ones getting distriped. Check out these two Rams button horns. Thomas gets the worst of it here and there. Talk about eyes in the back of your head. Even Mother Nature wasn't cooperating in some sports venues, Denver in particular. Gee, too bad they're not playing a World Series there, huh? We said last week when Bubby had a lateral picked off, it was for sure the worst play ever. Well, scoot over, bub, you got company. Jeff George completely sapped. A close second, though, is Bernie Kosar, not a friend in the world, pitching it to a highly ineligible player. And headaches? Yes, there were a few doled out. Rico Smith gets a face full. And Willie Davis of the Chiefs gets the old ice ball in the head. But some guys had great days, like 100-year-old Vince Evans of the Raiders, who can still launch rockets. And like Rocket, who can still make Evans look great. We all know Reggie White is lightning quick on the defensive line, but you want to see scary, strong? That guy was no welterweight, folks. Sometimes it's not necessary to have a good pair of hands. One will do nicely. And when you can't use your hands, why, use your size 11s instead. The best play ever may be this. St. Louis, extra point, into the crowd. Kid gets it, but then some clown adult, probably suffering the aftermath of a deprived childhood of his own, strips him of the football. But those good fans aren't going to have it. The lady points the bad guy out, and the kid gets the ball back. Hooray. The good news ended there, though, for the Rams, who really got their dance tickets punched by Ken Norton Jr. of the Niners. Look at him work the body after the TD pick. But he's not done. There's another just like it at the other end. And rock'em, sock'em time all over. Perhaps the Niners aren't as dead as a lot of people think.
Same old Rams, new city. Same old sorry Rams. Hello!
And that is In Case You Missed It. And no excuse for missing this. NFL preview Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. Amongst other things, Vince Cellini, Ron Meyer, James Lofton take a look at Deion Sanders' first game with a star on his helmet. The Cowboys will be in Deion's self-proclaimed house to meet the Falcons. And fast forward then, 8 hours after the end of that show, you got action. 8 o'clock Eastern on TNT. It is the Giants and Redskins to cap off your NFL Sunday.
And plenty still ahead right here, including tonight in hockey, as the Kings hold a forum on trying to remain the NHL's only unbeaten team. And we'll have more from the World Series as the Indians talk about how they climb out of that 0-2 hole. CNN Sports Late Night continues in a moment. Now this racing update. With Jeff Gordon finishing in 20th place in Rockingham Sunday, the points race is still a race. Dale Earnhardt's 7th place finish closes the gap again, now with 2 races left, including Phoenix this Sunday. And Michael Schumacher's win at the Pacific Grand Prix puts the Formula One Championship to bed. Schumacher wraps up his 2nd straight driving title, which will make this Sunday's race in Japan for fun and prize money only.
Do you use ordinary Johnson's baby powder on your foot itch?
Your feet tend to sweat and get itchy and irritated. And Johnson & Johnson, I think that's more like a baby powder. I just put on the Gold Bond powder and it has that medicated feeling.
Unlike ordinary powders, Gold Bond's triple action formula has the absorbing action of powder, plus the medicating action of a proven itch fighter and the drying action of zinc oxide.
Gold Bond has that fresh, clean, tingly feeling. I lost the itch right away.
Gold Bond, more than a powder, it's medication.
So a shot here will have to be miraculous, and it is! Inbound, gets it to Van Exel, he makes a wish. Oh!
Kid with 2 seconds, 35.
Yes! Yes! Good if it goes!
With 3 seconds, Carson.
Got it at the buzzer! You gotta love it!
Slides with the ball, puts up a flare.
Yes!
How sweet it is!
We are back. We go to the ice now, and we start north of the border, where two of the league's biggest surprises met tonight in Montreal. The Canadiens, a very unpleasant surprise, already on their second head coach and with 5 losses in 6 games. And the Kings, through 7 games, the only unbeaten team in all of hockey. To the Montreal Forum we go, where new Kings coach Larry Robinson had many a great season for the Canadiens. First period, no score. Byron Defoe will make 1 save here, but watch Pierre Turgeon, big number 77, picks up the trash, tucks it in. 1-0 Montreal. Still in the first, Montreal rookie Saku Koivu will pick up the loose puck. Koivu lets it fly, lights the lamp, painting it a shiny, shiny, shiny shot of red. His first NHL goal, 2-0 Habs. Second period, more Montreal. Brian Savage to Patrice Brisebois, 3-0 Canadiens. The Kings close the gap to 4-2 in the third, but the rookie slams it shut. Koivu again, the one-timer, seals the deal, his second of both the game and his career. Look at the celebration. Canadiens win their second straight. 6-3 the final. The Skids put on both teams' one-way path with this game. The Canadiens desperately in need of a win, and they get it. The Kings, well, no biggie. Still in first in the Pacific. The loss leaves them a cool 4-1-3 on the young season. Just behind LA in the division, the Colorado Avalanche, who hosted the Ducks tonight. Colorado well rested. They hadn't played since Wednesday. They busted out strong, bing, bang, boom, 1, 2, 3, it was over. All their goals came in the first 15 minutes of the game, and they cruised in from there with the 3-1 victory.
The last time the Indians made the World Series was 1954, when they set a major league record with 111 wins, only to get swept by the Giants. Now, after a remarkable 100 wins in this strike-shortened season, they find themselves down 0-2 to the Braves. But returning home, 10 other teams have climbed out of an 0-2 World Series hole before, and CNN's Mark Morgan tells us these Indians are hoping to become number 11.
The Cleveland Indians are not in an enviable position. They must win 4 of 5 games to take the World Series. But after losing the first 2 games in Atlanta, the Tribe returns home with the confidence they can come back.
We got too good a team to hold down for any period of time, and obviously things didn't work out in Atlanta like we wanted to. But, you know, we got too much talent on this team to just roll over, and, you know, we're back here at home, and hopefully that'll give us an advantage.
The Indians feel especially comfortable at Jacobs Field, where during the regular season they had the best home record in the majors, 54 wins and only 18 losses.
Going home is going to be big for us. Like I said, I mean, now we're going to, everybody in the nation's going to see how good the Cleveland Indians are at Jacobs Field.
We know that they're very capable of winning 3 straight games here, and we know that we're going to have to do the things that we did in Atlanta to win here.
So you guys aren't exactly picking out the brand of champagne yet?
No, definitely not. Nobody's conceding anything. I'm sure they are excited to be back home and in front of the home fans again.
Down 0-2, this would be a stunning comeback for Cleveland. During the regular season, come-from-behind victories were the norm for the Indians. They led the majors with 27 wins in their last at-bat.
Anything can happen. That's me. I never believe the ball club in baseball lost, knowing until they made the final out.
Despite impressive Atlanta pitching in games 1 and 2, those were 1-run victories, and the Braves are far from overconfident.
We just feel like we still have a lot to prove. We still have a lot to do, and 2-0's great, but it don't mean anything.
We have to be rolling on all 6 cylinders or 8 cylinders, whatever it's going to take to beat Cleveland. They're a tough club. They're not going to roll over.
Obviously, the Indians face a must-win situation in Game 3. The last team to lose the first 2 games of a World Series and then come back to win it all, the New York Mets in 1986. In Cleveland, Mark Morgan, CNN Sports.
And the Mets lost the first 2 at home that year. King County officials in Seattle have approved a financing plan to build the team a new $320 million retractable roof stadium. That beats a Mariner deadline and should end the team's threat of moving. Now the NFL Seahawks are unhappy and want improvements to the Kingdome. We're back with college football and the play of the day in a moment.
The most precious thing is time. Time with my kids. Time to have fun together. But when I'm irregular. It's not much fun for me or my kids. I can't take a harsh chemical laxative and then get trapped on one of those rides. So I take Metamucil natural fiber therapy. Works with my body safely, gently. Gives me the fiber I need to get regular and stay regular. Thanks to Metamucil, I'm having as much fun as my kids. Sometimes more.
Metamucil, the natural choice for regularity.
It's the People versus O.J. Simpson, an historic collection from CNN's Special Reports. In Part 1, the Simpson murder mystery, you'll discover the complex man behind the celebrity who mesmerized the world after his ex-wife Nicole and her friend are found murdered. In Part 2, the trial begins. A defense dream team lays out a sinister tale of police conspiracy. And in Part 3, the case for the prosecution. Attorneys present a compelling case for conviction. The People versus O.J. Simpson is a triumph of trial coverage. Call now.
The University of Nebraska has punished running back Lawrence Phillips for violating its student code of conduct in his attack on a former girlfriend. The sanctions were announced by the school's vice chancellor, but are strictly academic related. Phillips will be allowed to stay in school, but whether or not he plays football again will be up to the athletic department. Coach Tom Osborne has left the door open pending university discipline. Nebraska has a big game this week at Colorado. Just one of the games we'll discuss with Danny Sheridan on College Football Preview Saturday morning at 11:30 Eastern Time. And get your first look at the new USA Today CNN Coaches Poll Sunday morning during NFL Preview. That's 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
And now for our proof positive play of the day. This one dedicated to those tough-minded, strong-legged, tight-skated, defense-minded men of hockey's shorthanded special teams. They are on the ice mainly to kill penalties, but occasionally kill the opposition instead. Back to Montreal for this one. L.A. power play penalty killer Benoit Brunet of the Canadiens turns defense into the offense, and what a beautiful shot. Undressing two Kings on his way, beats the defender, then the goalie. This one came midway through the second period. Brunet, the spectacular effort for it. He brings in a goal in tonight's proof positive play of the day.
Proof Positive Play of the Day, brought to you by MCI Proof Positive. When it comes to long-distance savings, there's no question about it.
Ever have a bolt pop and then break? Try this. Now the editors of Reader's Digest present the Family Handyman Helpful Hints, a new book with over 2,000 household hints. Hints like how the pros do a perfect caulking job, how to remove masking tape without spoiling your paint. Just use a hairdryer. You'll learn tricks of the trade, why you should use vegetable oil to clean up after painting, why you should keep postage stamps in the freezer, even a simple ingredient you can add to ordinary flat wall paint so that the dirt wipes right off.
Now, preview the Family Handyman Helpful Hints for 7 days free. Just call 1-800-257-1257. Keep it and pay 3 installments of $8.33 each. Or return it and owe us nothing. Just call 1-800-257-1257 now.
Bulls and Sonics in the land of the Golden Dome, and Rodman has the Golden Dome going, and Michael Jordan had the jump shot going. Three-pointer, three-pointer, three-pointer. He had 15 in the first. Second quarter, Sonics on the break. Watch Eric Snow to the Rainmaker. Sean Kemp makes a little rain. Sonics up 14 at the half. Dennis Rodman, watch closely here, throws the ball at the ref. You know he's getting a technical. Dennis in midseason form. Now, Sonics up 1. Late in the game, last chance for the Bulls. Michael's going to take it. Michael's going to miss it, apparently saving those for the regular season. Sonics win it 99-97.
The L.A. Clippers will be without guard Pooh Richardson for a while, a stress fracture in his left foot. Pooh now out 3 to 6 weeks and feeling a lot like Eeyore. And Bullets forward Chris Webber will get his dislocated left shoulder examined by team doctors on Tuesday. GM John Nash says it didn't happen on Monday because Webber was groggy from medication. If the news isn't at least promising, Barry, there are a lot of people at the Bullets that'll be a little groggy, perhaps from medication or something else.
And they had Mark Price out injured also.
Yeah, well, a much better looking team still has some humps to get over.
Absolutely, and don't forget, Patriots 27, Bills 14 tonight in Monday Night Football. That's going to do it for us. I'm Barry LeBrock.
And I'm Paul Crane. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Bye-bye.